Let's start with our first news. Movsar Evloev is making it clear that he wants a title fight next. Recently, he posted a clip of himself hammering away at a punching bag, showing serious intensity, with the caption, "For now, hitting the bag. I'm ready." The message was simple but powerful, signaling that he believes his time is coming. Evloev has been on a strong run, and fans are now expecting him to be next in line for the featherweight championship opportunity. The expectation is that he will challenge the champion Alexander Volkanovski before the year is out. His recent performances have only strengthened that belief, as he continues to look sharp, disciplined, and extremely confident inside the gym. According to recent reports, there has also been growing discussion around his position in the division, with many analysts saying he may be unavoidable for the current champion. Evloev's consistency and undefeated momentum have made him one of the most talked about contenders. The featherweight division is heating up, and pressure is building as fans demand clarity on the next title challenger. Every training clip he shares adds more fuel to the speculation that a major announcement could be coming soon. For now, Evloev stays focused on preparation, waiting for the official call that could change everything for his career. The momentum around his name continues to grow as fight fans debate whether he has done enough to earn the next shot. Insiders suggest matchmakers are closely monitoring the situation, and any announcement could come without warning. Evloev remains disciplined, staying active in training and avoiding distractions, while keeping his focus locked on performance and readiness for a potential championship opportunity. This build-up adds further anticipation among fans worldwide. Discussions across social media continue to intensify as fight news develops rapidly. Move on to another news at the start. Islam Makhachev has reacted to Ian Garry's comments in a recent media interaction that quickly gained attention across the MMA community. The conversation also touched on the ongoing McGregor feud legacy and how modern rivalries are being compared to it. When Makhachev was asked by Ushitka whether his potential fight with Ian Garry could be seen as round 2 of Khabib versus Conor, he responded with a sharp remark saying, "Like they say, from AliExpress," dismissing the comparison and making it clear he does not see the rivalry on that level. His tone suggested confidence and a lack of interest in the narrative being built around the matchup. His comment immediately went viral, with fans debating whether it was humor, disrespect, or a calculated psychological jab. Islam continues to maintain a calm but dominant public persona, often letting brief statements carry heavy meaning. Meanwhile, discussion around Ian Garry has also intensified, as his rise in the division brings more attention to any potential future clash with top contenders. The comparison to Khabib versus Conor has been repeated across social media, but many analysts believe the situations are very different in both skill level and storyline weight. At the same time, attention briefly shifted to Carlos Prates, who recently teased in a video that he may have something coming soon, sparking curiosity among fans about his next move in the welterweight division. His cryptic message added another layer of anticipation to an already active fight landscape. With multiple fighters calling for opportunities and attention building across divisions, the MMA world continues to move toward high-profile matchups and unpredictable announcements. Islam remains focused on his position at the top, showing no signs of being affected by outside talk, while continuing to respond only when necessary and keeping his approach measured and controlled. Following the viral reaction, social media platforms were flooded with clips and opinions from fighters, analysts, and fans, each interpreting Makhachev's words differently, with some calling it classic dry humor, and others viewing it as a clear dismissal of hype. The debate also expanded into discussions about matchmaking decisions, rankings, and whether Ian Garry has done enough to secure a true top contender spot in the division, especially with the lightweight and welterweight narratives increasingly overlapping in fan conversations. This situation continues to evolve as new updates are expected soon rapidly. Move on to another news at the start. Recently, Josh Hoit has been facing backlash after comments he made about Michelle Obama during a post-fight discussion, and the situation has now drawn strong reactions from across the MMA world. Following his remarks made on the White House grounds, the incident quickly spread into mainstream coverage, as many fans and analysts reacted strongly to the timing and tone of his statement. Recently, DC weighed in on the controversy through a video on his YouTube channel, where he expressed clear frustration with Hoit behavior, saying he disliked what had happened and believed it was unnecessary. He explained that Hoit had wasted a major opportunity to gain more fans after his victory over Derek Lewis, arguing that the moment should have been used to build positive attention instead of controversy. DC also criticized the nature of the comment, saying that Michelle Obama is widely respected, and that the statement felt out of place in a professional setting like a fight interview. He added that the sport should focus on unity rather than division, stating that comments like this contribute to unnecessary conflict in public discourse. Dana White also had mixed reactions to the situation, appearing at times amused and at other moments visibly frustrated with the direction of the conversation. In some clips, he appeared to find parts of it humorous, while in others he seemed irritated and ready to shut down the discussion. Overall, the incident has sparked widespread debate across the MMA community, with many arguing that Hoit missed an opportunity to elevate his post-fight image, while others defend his right to speak freely. Despite the backlash as attention continues to grow around the story, the discussion shows how quickly post-fight moments can escalate into major headlines when public figures are involved, especially in high-profile events that attract global attention and scrutiny from media outlets and fans alike, as reactions continue to pour in. Both supporters and critics are shaping the narrative around Hoit's future in the sport, while analysts continue to debate the impact of his words on his career trajectory. This situation remains one of the most talked about topics in recent MMA news cycles, with ongoing updates expected as the story develops further in coming days and weeks ahead, concluding that discipline and timing in interviews matter greatly in shaping public perception and reputation. Move on to another news at the start. Max Holloway is drawing major attention after a noticeable body transformation ahead of his upcoming fight against Conor. During recent video footage, fans and analysts began pointing out that Holloway appears to have added significant size, looking noticeably thicker and more powerful compared to his previous outings. In the clips, Holloway can be seen carrying the extra weight with ease, moving smoothly and showing no signs of slowing down despite the added mass. Many observers believe this could be close to his natural walk-around weight, which may give him a physical advantage once he steps into the cage on fight night. The added size is also being linked to a possible shift in his overall fight strategy, with expectations that he may rely more on strength and durability in addition to his well-known striking volume. Supporters of Holloway are already speculating that this version of him could be one of the most dangerous yet, especially if the weight gain translates into more power without affecting his speed or cardio. Meanwhile, discussions around Conor continue to build as attention remains on his ongoing testing situation, with reports highlighting that he continues to be one of the most frequently tested athletes in the sport. This has added another layer of focus on the matchup narrative as fans compare preparation styles, physical condition, and fight readiness between the two athletes. Analysts are also debating whether Holloway's transformation is a direct response to the challenges posed by Conor's striking style, or simply a natural evolution of his physique over time. Across social media, the reaction has been intense, with clips of Holloway's recent appearance circulating widely and sparking debates about whether the added size will enhance or hinder his performance in high-pace exchanges. Some believe the extra weight could improve his ability to absorb damage, while others argue it might slightly reduce his trademark volume output. Regardless of opinion, the transformation has clearly shifted attention toward the physical condition of both fighters heading into what is being framed as a highly anticipated matchup, with expectations continuing to rise as fight night approaches and fans closely monitor every update surrounding their preparation and mindset going forward. Move on to another news at the start. Recently, Ryan Garcia reacted to Ilya's loss to Justin Gaethje, sparking fresh debate across combat sports. Garcia and Ilya had already exchanged shots on X before the UFC White House event, clashing over who would win in a hypothetical boxing match. Speaking on a recent livestream, Garcia reacted to Ilya's first professional defeat, claiming the former champion had become overly confident. He suggested that Ilya needed to be humbled, saying his ego had grown too big and that the loss may have brought him back down to earth. First of all, okay, the UFC thing with Alex Purr. Man, You should never, ever, ever elbow somebody in the back of the head. The referee should definitely get some type of punishment. And Ilya, I told you, pride comes before the fall. He was too cocky, he overlooked his opponent crazy, and he got humbled, and that's simple how it is. I think he's the better fighter than Gaethje, but he decided to let his pride get in before him. He thought he was beating me. He thought he was beating Terrence Crawford. He thought he could fight. I think he even said something about Canelo at one point, that he could maybe box him one day or something like that. I mean, this guy's head was out of this world. I mean, he was going crazy after everybody, and that's the truth. Following the reaction, clips of the live stream quickly circulated across social media, with fans debating whether Garcia's comments were fair or simply emotional analysis of the situation. Many pointed out that Ilya's recent performances had already placed him under heavy scrutiny, especially after high-profile fights and growing expectations from the boxing and MMA crossover community. Meanwhile, discussions continued about how athletes from different combat sports often clash online, adding fuel to rivalries that extend beyond the cage. Analysts also noted that Garcia has a history of making bold statements during live appearances, which often amplify controversy surrounding ongoing fight narratives. As the debate continues, Ilya remains a central figure in the conversation, with supporters and critics both weighing in on his mindset, his performances, and his future trajectory in combat sports. Overall, the situation highlights ongoing tension between fighters across promotions and disciplines, shaping public perception daily across multiple platforms, where narratives evolve rapidly and reactions intensify after every major moment. Move on to another news at the start. Sean Brady is showing clear interest in a potential JDM fight as he continues pushing for a top 5 opponent in the welterweight division. Brady is coming off a strong unanimous decision win over Buckley, which helped him bounce back after a tough setback against Michael Morales last November. As it stands, he is currently holding the number 6 ranking in the UFC welterweight division, and he believes it is time for a major step up in competition. Recently, Brady spoke with Emma Junkie about his next move and made it clear what he is aiming for. He said he personally wants somebody in the top 5 because he feels he has earned that position. He explained that after defeating Leon, he was briefly in a strong contender spot, but the division became jammed up, delaying his momentum. He also mentioned that although he suffered a loss to Morales, he bounced back by taking a dangerous fight against Buckley and securing the win, which he believes should count heavily in his favor. Brady emphasized that he deserves a top 5 opponent and pointed out names such as Kamaru Usman, Jack Del Maddalena, Gabriel Bonfim, and Carlos Paredes as possible options. However, he made it clear that JDM stands out as the most logical and appealing matchup. He noted that JDM is currently on a slight skid, but still holds the reputation of a former champion, which makes the fight highly relevant from a competitive standpoint. Brady also acknowledged that Bonfim's recent rise after defeating Bala Muhammad has added more complexity to the rankings, but he argued that he has already fought back into contention twice and should now be rewarded with a higher-level opponent. From a rankings perspective, the matchup with JDM makes strong sense, as JDM is ranked number 4 in the division, setting up a potential top-level clash if negotiations move forward. As discussions continue, fans are now debating whether this fight should be made and who would come out on top if these two contenders finally collide inside the octagon. Meanwhile, other developments in the division continue to unfold, adding more pressure to matchmaking decisions moving forward. Move on to another news at the start. The MMA community has been reacting to growing concerns surrounding Max Holloway, with fans and analysts sharing a wide range of opinions online. In recent comment sections, some users have shifted the discussion away from pure fight analysis and into broader health and performance speculation, sparking debate across social platforms. One comment in particular highlighted personal experiences with mold exposure, describing it as one of the most insidious things they have encountered. The user explained that only a small percentage of people have a specific genetic mutation on the HLA gene, which affects how the body processes and recirculates mycotoxins. According to the comment, this can lead to chronic inflammation when toxins are not properly eliminated from the system. Despite the heavy scientific tone of the discussion, the user concluded that Max Holloway is likely fine and not affected in any serious way. The conversation then shifted back toward fight expectations, with supporters emphasizing Holloway's resilience and durability inside the octagon. Another comment went even further, stating that even in extreme or hypothetical conditions, Holloway would still perform at an elite level and embarrass Conor in a fight scenario, reflecting the confidence many fans continue to place in his abilities. The online discussion has since expanded into broader debates about athlete health, performance consistency, and how outside narratives can sometimes overshadow actual competitive analysis. Some fans argue that speculation around fighters can quickly spiral out of control, especially when technical or medical terms are introduced without clear context. Others believe that modern fighters like Holloway are often subject to intense scrutiny due to their popularity and long careers at the highest level. Meanwhile, attention remains focused on Holloway's preparation and upcoming challenges, with many expecting him to remain a top contender regardless of external commentary. As the conversation continues to evolve, the MMA community remains divided between those focused on performance analysis and those engaging in more speculative discussions, creating an ongoing cycle of reaction, interpretation, and debate across social media platforms.